Alright guys, you probably saw me play. I didn't answer because my microphone was muted. Basically, like I said, I'm going to be doing 2 hours of Risk of Rain right after this, and then right after that, a 30-minute Man-Eater, and then a mission on Empires of the Undergrowth, depending how long that takes. Alright, so that's a medkit add-on. Let's pop on this medkit with the sponge. And then for the offering, we might just put in this one where it gives me more blood points for categories. But yeah, like I said, you can play Risk. I said this, but you guys didn't hear it. You guys can play Risk of Rain if you just go down on this stream and comment done, or if you go down to the stream of Risk of Rain and comment done, then you guys can play, and then I will comment on your comment, or I will release a comment saying yada yada yada. You have won. Here's my Steam name. I'm gonna get a ton of friend requests from you guys on Steam if you even have Steam. But yeah. And then what you can do is you can then come and play with me and my uncle. Hopefully, he might not stay for the entire 2-hour stream, but yeah. And you can also play Dead by Daylight with me. This is a horror / survival / killer game. So yeah, you guys, the game's around. If you're on PlayStation. If you have PlayStation, I think it's cross-platform. So I think if you friend the right people, you can play this with. So I think it's cross-platform. I don't know. Probably gonna have to check that on Safari, which I'm gonna do right now while we wait. Is Daylight cross? Alright, so if any of you've got a PlayStation, you can then play with me. The game on PlayStation, if you is 50% off, as well as all DLCs, which I'd assume would be the Stranger Things, the Saw, the chapters. All the chapters for Dead by Daylight are 50% off. I will buy all the DLCs and give the gameplay of that for you guys, but I'm going to need your massive, massive support in order to do that. And the little purple and red currency in the middle is also how I can buy characters. Not DLC, characters. Now, there are some DLC characters that you can buy with that, but there are other DLC characters that you have to either buy the DLC for or get the yellow orb up there. And the yellow orb costs money. So in order to buy those killers and those survivors, I'm going to need your help. But seeing as how it's around 50% off and all DLCs seem to be $12, it's $6. So if I do the math, there are 3 DLCs. There's actually 1 DLC that I want, but I'll get all of them for you guys. But yeah, I'm thinking intensely on this. I would need $25 of yellow. I would need around $20 of orbs to buy at least 1 Demogorgon skin and the Oni, and then I would have 500 left over to buy skins for Steve and stuff. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, we got our legendary sponge with us and everything. Anyway, yeah, I could buy all the DLCs and show gameplay of that. I could show gameplay of the Saw. I still need to show. I'm showing the Stranger Things DLC right now, as well as the original game. But I can do Saw and a few others. But there is 3 characters. No, I think, yeah, 3 characters that I want that aren't DLC. I want I want two actually, sorry. I want the Ghostface and the Oni. And the Ghostface can stalk like Michael Myers, and he can one-shot as well, but he just looks cooler than Michael Myers, and he's much scarier. And then Oni, once he hits you with his sword, you bleed blood orbs, and once he absorbs enough blood orbs, he can get his like demon going in. But yeah. Man, people really... Dude, my PlayStation's fans are going off. Like, they're like legitimately small air horns that don't progress, that just blow air and that blow air with a fan instead of a horn. And yeah, killers. And another easy way to find survivors is when they run, they leave scratch marks, and those scratch marks, what the killer can only see, and the killer can follow those scratch marks to the survivor. That's how I've actually won a few killer games myself. And look, there's a generator to our right. This is going to be very good for us. Oh no, it's. Oh yeah, there's a gen right here. I thought with the red thing. And flashlight also can blind them, and you can affect the beam of light from the flashlight, and you can increase the time that the flashlight is that you can use. Increase. Oh my God, it's Wraith. Wraith is this weird guy that can turn invisible, but when he's nearby, he rings a bell. And his terror radius is off though, but there's a bell. And he can easily come out of it like that. And totems can also be cursed as well. Oh, he just walked by. And if you miss a skill check, obviously it blows up, so. I've got this perk called Deja Vu, where at the beginning of the round, for 45 seconds, it shows me the 3 closest generators, or the 3 generators that are closest to each other. And once I use one, once I finish repairing one, once I finish repairing a gen that was one of those 3, I can see 3 more. Now it just chooses a random 3. The 3 might be close to each other or respawn, but the 3 on the other side of the map, just to make it fair for the killer, so that we can't just know where 3 on our side are, so we can only have 2 left. Also, those claws, I said it before, but my microphone was off. Those mark an obsession. An obsession is basically where they can go for that person first, and if they kill them first, it's basically extra points for them. But if they get that person last, it's also extra points. I really don't see how you're repairing this. You're just pulling and pushing and twisting stuff in there. I can hear it, I can see it, and you're working with no tools, no lights, no nothing, and yet somehow it's working. Alright, I think that one, this one's already been gotten, so I think this one over here is the one I started working on in our spawn. Yeah, this is our spawn. I remember a hook. Yeah. And this is also a gate as well. This is how we escape, as you can see from the last person. Alright, I'm gonna stick with them, just so we can get gens. And yeah, killers can see when we turn that on, so when we turn that on, they can just see where it is, and they can come over and see if we're still nearby. But clearly that guy's an idiot, and he just walked right past. Dude, we've only need 1 gen. Oh, there it is. I still don't know how to emo. Maybe it's, yeah, like that. So up is forward. He's a goner. But we can go after him if you want. I've got a med kit, so I can easily heal him much, much faster. Of course, I'm the last person. She stayed behind to troll him. Hopefully she comes through. Yay! We all escaped. That was the worst Wraith I've ever played against. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but that was the worst person I've ever that was the worst Wraith I've ever played against. Let's go claim this reward. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Spooky. I wish they would release like this weird skeleton guy that's got eyeballs. He's like half dead, and he's got muscle. He's got like limb. He's got like his left arm is just here. Let me claim this. But his left arm is just plain bone, while his right arm got muscles and everything. Just got like muscles and some ripped muscles that are hanging out with some skin dangling and everything. And he's got like a tongue and everything, so that he can he's got like and what he likes to do is he likes to act like a decoration, and he likes to become like a and he can become he can stand, and what he could do is he could probably like stand still as a decoration. And as when you play this character, obviously its ability is to play as a decoration, but its ability can also when you start it, it's basically like the pig. Where like when she starts, her ability is to place down reverse traps on them, where it can cut their head in half or snap it off or something. But there are lock boxes to get it off. But there's also going to be a bunch of skeletons, and he can choose to become one, but there's going to be like a ton, so you don't know which one's which. And if they come up on you, and if they come up on you, you can scare them, which will make them scream, and then you can come and you can get him. And he's got like a bone sword in his hand, but when he becomes a decoration, he actually puts it as part of his rib, and the bone handle actually goes into his spine. So so basically two of his spine bones are the multiple. His entire like spine bones are So the top half of him is floating, and basically underneath the rib cage, where there's just nothing but limbs hanging out, organs hanging out. The organs are also attached to the bottom, so they're the ones, and the organs are hardened, but they can still flop around and everything when he's moving. But basically, they keep his body together because his spine is gone. But his spine is part of his bone sword, and his rib is part of it as well. And when he goes to statue mode, he stabs his rib. He takes the sword part of it off, and he puts it on where his rib was, and then he just puts the handle right in between the organs, and then the handle separates and becomes that. And basically all of his organs and everything, they just crawl into his head, and his eyes just roll back, and he's basically a decoration. And obviously he's got a brain, but his brain's like in the front of his face, so they can all squish in there. and then he can just become like a decoration. He can even like have his own like little stand and everything that he comes with as well. And then he can be there, and then he can scare, and then he can slash as well. And another thing is he can also go like invisible, where like it looks where like his bones begin to like fade away. It looks like, and then a pile of dust just appears where he was, but he's actually still there, and you can tell that he's nearby by the rattling bones, because he's rubbing his bones again, because he's rubbing his fingers down his spine. And my controller died, I think. Oh, yep, it died. Just quickly, sounds and devices. Turn off device, controller, and with that controller done, get my new one. I've got this cool little charging station to my left here. And that cool little charging station basically... Oh, this one's also dead. What? Alright, I finally found a full controller. But basically, basically where you would insert the headphones and some sort of weird cable, I think, the EXT cable and the headphone cable, you can actually plug that in to where those spots are, and then it can just sit there and it can charge that way. It's actually pretty cool. Ah, yes, we are finally in a match. Also, guys, as you've seen my Subnautica stream, it is up right now. We found it, Subnautica Part 7 to the Disease Research Facility, which means officially tomorrow we are starting Subnautica Below Zero. And because we found the Disease Research Facility, we obviously know that there's aliens, as well as the warpers being alien related. So, and if you look in the bottom right next to the match starts, you see how there's that gray line and the 4 red lines? Well, seeing as how the red line is gone, basically what it is, it's the 4 lines are the survivors, and then the 1 slash across them is the killer, and basically it's like the people getting slashed by the killer. Also, it's pretty cool how the skulls are presented as well in the loading. Also, it'll tell you down there by the loading bar what type of killer you're facing, because it'll say their ability. I like some pigs. Double totem is going to be found scattered to certain call hex perks activate tool. Okay, so if you activate like a certain hex totem, if you like put on for your perk like a hex, if a killer puts on a hex perk, then basically one of the totems there, like the 3 skeleton heads, will basically activate randomly with a totem. The game Gideon Metal Plant. Didn't say what. This might be like the piggy one. Also, if you get... I saw it's a raid. I could see him invisibly. I could see he was invisible. So he's down there and he's guarding that generator, I think. So we're gonna head over here and we're gonna work on this one. Did he just walk right past us? I swear, he walked past us the first time, so I thought he was gonna walk past us the second time. Dude, he should be focusing on the gens right now. The gens are actually doing pretty well. They've already gotten 3 gens down, so if they just get the 2 I was working on, then they'll do fine. And as you can see, sometimes the character models do not work too well, so my guy's just hanging on. My guy's hanging on because his shirt's hanging on. No, it's a body camper. There's killers called body campers, so they just sit by the hook and let them watch them die. He saw me trying to escape, so. Dude, one guy's working on a gen downstairs. So if he was actually really close to finishing that. So if he actually finishes that, then it's gonna draw the guy downstairs, and someone can come get me. Good. I lost my first aid kit for some reason. Oh, it's probably because he body camped. Body campers are the most toxic people I've ever had to see, and I have to quickly go do something. So that's probably why my guy didn't struggle. They probably would have saved me. He probably finished the generator. He probably would have finished the generator right when I had like 1/4 health left. And if he finished it when I had 1/4 health left, they would have run down there, and the guy would have distracted him. Well, another guy who was waiting, I think, would have come over, unhooked me, and I would have ran so far away. Alright, guys, it's around. This stream's been going on for, I've played too many Survivor games. Alright, let's play one killer for you guys. One killer. Because it's about to be 4:30, so. Yeah, now you guys get to see me play as the menacing Demogorgon. I haven't played against the Demogorgon yet. Not yet. As Survivor. But I found a few Steves as Demogorgon. Bitter Murmur. Lost potential one's overreading ability. Each time it generates fully pairs references. Also, I want the. No! So basically, there's the entity basically eats your abilities. So I probably shouldn't have gone this way, and I would have been able to have this, but I would have lost this. And basically, the entity can take abilities from you, and that's not good. Oh, rotten pumpkin I want. I don't have enough, so let's go ahead and let's make our loadout. We have everything that we need. But I already have a rat tail, so I'm going to put this instead, which increases my portals. This iron grasp is really useful. This rotten. I'm also looking up some. I'm also looking up from YouTuber Monto. Go check him out. He's actually Really, he's actually really good at the game himself. The thing is, I think I might look up, Monto Demogorgon sets, from him, and I think I might, the set that I find best, for me to win, I think I'm gonna equip on. So I gotta get some blood points, but I'm gonna do some research later tonight, alright? April, I've answered. I've just been muted. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Am I still muted? No, I'm not. Good. That means you guys can hear me. Great. Now I can, and this is actually really cool how your guy can just watch. But I think I might want a better offering. There's also a thing called Mori. And if you don't know what Mori is, it's basically if you hook, and there's this one Mori that, and obviously offerings and all that other stuff that you can get, like, used. But there's this one favorite of mine, and it's actually an ultra rare, which is actually, I think, the best rarity it can be, which I think it is. But basically, the things in this game are, it's uncommon. Okay, so it's common, uncommon, which this matches nearly the common, but it's common, and this would normally be legendary in some games, but common, uncommon, rare, and then purple is ultra rare, and then purple is dull. No, wait, not dull. I forgot what that was. But then the highest is ultra rare, which I think the purple is common. I think the purple is, I don't know. But let's get into it. But basically, I'm gonna look up the best set for me. You can watch them. Yeah, but there's this Mori where after you hook them once and they get freed, if you knock them down, you can kill them without having to hook them. Oh, that's a secret hidden survivor. So the hidden survivor is my PS4's fans are going all off. But yeah, that hidden one that I couldn't see is probably survivor only. So there's ones that the survivors can't see, and there's the ones that I can't see. So that's why they say secret underneath them. And my perks aren't secret. Though every killer has a unique power. Also with this killer, there's something called here. I'll show you what this killer can do. You've seen what Steve can do. You've seen what the survivors can do. The Demogorgon. If a portal's been opened but not traveled through, it cannot be seen or destroyed by the survivors. So if I open up a portal and I do not go through it, it's basically invisible to them until I do. But if I go through it, then they can destroy it, or seal it, as the game like to calls it. Yeah, I can channel the Abyss, and I can see their heartbeats. And I can also do, like, this lunge attack with the channel of the Abyss. And because of the pumpkin thing, jeez. Three of them were working on this gen, and 3 of them did horribly. Also, I can decorate the tree. I can decorate the hooks. Dude, they probably insta-failed the skill checks, which probably decreased them by so much. It probably decreased it to where the generator isn't even running anymore. If I play strategically and place a portal about every single generator, I should be able to, if they either mess up or finish, I should be able to... Oh, someone was working here. Also, yeah, there's the scratch marks I told you about. Gotta be working on this one. Ah, yeah, they finished it. So this extra portal here can be used for, They thought I didn't see them, but this extra portal here can be used for, like, gate. so I can travel to the gate and whatnot. Oh, so this is something called the Killer Shack. Which the Killer Shack has a generator in it. I want to pursue my prey.
They're all shit down right in the middle of something.
This flashlight, I can't see. He had to have keep flashing it at me, so. If I take out the guy with the flashlights, I'm basically okay. Don't think I didn't. You camping the Padlet, sir? What? Yeah, they're definitely gen rushing. They're gen rushing while he's a distraction. Yeah, I basically went through the window, which he tried to go through, but I can obviously hit through windows. So here might be a good place for a portal.
Yeah.
Because there's a gate right here. He is my obsession. He's making his arms wave around. Alright, so they finished that one. But they struggled with that one. So this is how you basically this is basically how the portals work. You can go through the world like that. It's basically entering the upside down, which is where this guy came from, and you're exiting upside down. Oh, I'm sorry. Your friend used all these padlets. These pallets. They're failing these gens miserably. This guy's just trying to run from me. This guy's just trying to do what he can. And obviously, white portals mean that I haven't used them, but yellow portals mean I have used them. And that they obviously have gone ahead. And yellow means that they can go ahead and... they're probably going to work on that gen. So I'm going to traverse the upside down. Also, anytime I hook a survivor, any gens near me will automatically explode. Oh, this guy healed. I can see that. Oh, really? I knew he was going to be around here. Let me just damage this to slow their progress. The other guy's still on the hook, which now he's off. They're probably on this one. Okay, do you guys? No pegs moving. So if they free him from there, they're probably gonna go for this gen right here. Which they were. And they dropped the pallet, I could hear it. Oh no, they actually went through a window, I think. Alright. Scratch marks, following the scratch marks. What the heck? This guy should be on his second hook by the time he's done. Man, you can really lose people in this grass. Jeez. Oh, no scratch marks. It's just a portal. Shh. They probably know that I left, but now I'm traversing the upside down, which they haven't fixed yet. Alright, they've got one gen left and I still haven't killed anyone. The guy that's injured and the guy that that saved him, they were probably going ahead and sitting in a corner healing each other. Oh, he saw me come through. Must have either. Oh, this. This is the guy that saved the other guy, so they must have split up. Oh, they're over here. They're over here. I can tell. They destroyed my portal. What the? This guy should either be on his second to last. Yeah, his second to last. Oh, these crows were moving. Something startled them. Maybe it was us. Alright, he's dead. I'm gonna check that exit because it's the farthest one from me. Alright, so they're not at this one, they're at the other one. I killed one person, I'm happy with that. You guys should be too. They tried to save him, but they haven't even opened any exits yet, so let's head here. They were here. Dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, why are people so toxic? Also, this whisper perk is horrible. Here, let me show you guys something. I knew that he had opened it, and if I if I had only hit him the first time and he'd gone, I would have knocked him and I would have put him up, and they would have gone to save him, but I would have hit him and they would have saved him, and I would have knocked one down, and then I would be able to lunge at the other, and I would pick him up, put him on the hook, pick him up, put him on the hook, but one of them would be saved by the final person. I would hit her, and I would hit one, knock him, hopefully do that lunge again, and then get them all. Muse Guts. Rat tail, yada yada yada. Oh no, I have to. Here's my current loadout. The Whisper perk is really horrible. You know why, guys? Reveals dying. That's when I knock him down. Your hex rooting him. You are animated. Survivors. Your movement speed. Alright, fine. It activates my hex. Whatever. Movement speed, so I can go faster. And choose the map. Alright guys, that's gonna have to do it for the stream. Hope you guys have enjoyed. This is where I'm gonna call it quits. This is where we are going to end it. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Say goodnight, because I'm gonna be watching Stranger Things with my family tonight. This is gonna get freaky.